Hey guys, welcome back. Welcome to the conversation. I'm Jerry,
I'm Brian.
and this is Two Brothers Off Script, and it is just about Christmas 2017.
Just about.
Year and a half.
We've been doing this a little over a year and a half now. Started April last year, I think. And it's been just a series.
Yeah.
Like literally a series.
I didn't think we could go this long. When we first started, and we've told this story a couple of times, when we first started, this was sitting in Denny's. I had just moved up here. We were having dinner or breakfast maybe once a week, once every 2 weeks. And the idea was we sit down, we have a conversation, we talk about life.
Man, I miss those breakfasts.
Yeah, breakfast.
I've been doing keto.
Can't do that anymore, yeah.
I can't eat the spuds and the toast and all the pancakes and all the fun stuff that's at Denny's. Basically eggs and bacon and a couple of vegetables here and there, and I've lost 30 pounds. I mean,
which is awesome. That's a good thing for this year.
It's not enough. It's not enough. I gotta do more. I think that I can do more, and that has to translate to the rest of it. It has to translate to I need to be better at work. I need to be better at working out. I need to be better at these videos. I need to be more efficient in my day-to-day life. And every single time I run into some slight hiccup, I find myself, I'll get to it later.
Oh man,
This year,
gosh, yeah.
This year I've spent so much time going, I'll get to it later because moving, because change of address, like
Change the job.
Well, I've been at the job for over a year now,
Okay.
so that happened just before then. But yeah, it's hard to keep it all in check when, well, it's motivation.
It is.
You know, so your situation, you've been dealing with some hectic stuff.
Yeah, so I had a surprise. I had a surprise this week, but I want to comment on what you said. So the idea of the motivation, right? So I had this conversation today, where it basically went. We were talking about, guy's got to finish up his fantasy league for football this year, and they're going to have a party, and it's going to be great. And I said, wouldn't it be cool? Be 25 years old, be making $25 million, isn't that amazing? And he goes, yeah, but I think the challenge there is, like, how many of us really want to work that hard? Right? Like, if you want that, how hard do you want to work? I mean, first of all, you got to be physical, but it's with anything, right? If you want to be a great guitar player, if you want to, be a chess master, if you want to, be at the top of the military and, fly fighter planes, if you want to be a professional wrestler,
10,000 hours.
If you want to, be a professional athlete, how hard are you willing to work? And what we were kind of talking about was, I think for some of us, we're kind of okay, right? We're okay with a B.
I don't need to be a billionaire when I retire.
No, but maybe you're okay with
I did the recalculator.
A lower goal than somebody else who says, I've got to have
I'll tell you this right now.
The top of the moon.
As it stands, my current lifestyle would require me to have $2.5 million in the bank in order to survive.
To retire?
I say survive, but I mean to retire for 25 years after the age of 63. $2.5 million. Now that is not accounting for inflation. That is not accounting for whatever economic situation we are in at that point. That is not accounting for the success or failure of such things as Bitcoin and Dogecoin and stuff like that. I can't measure success on what might happen later on. I really can't. This year, Christmas is coming up, and I just sold a house. I made a killing on it in a sense. Like, I made 40 grand on 2 years. That's awesome. A year's income plus my regular 2-year income in a year. it's an addition. But I mean, spending the certain amount of money to close the deal and all that stuff. So we ended up with about 20 or so. Like, I'm not ashamed to say that I had some money for a little bit, but I had bills to pay, I had debts, I had things I needed to pay off, and you know what? I did the smart thing. Paid it off. Swiped it over, paid it off. Capital One has that handy dandy little app there or whatever. It's like, hey, you got a good fat bill here. All you gotta do is swipe right to pay. For some reason, that swipe right thing is really popular nowadays, but go ahead and swipe right and pay that bill off instead of waiting till next month to do it, because the money you owe later is the same as the money you owe now. Honestly, if you can afford it and you can not get that extra cheeseburger the next time you go to the fast food restaurant, go ahead and swipe right.
Yeah.
It was hard because that was a $3,300 credit card bill that I paid off. But I did that in the knowledge that I had previously said I'm going to pay it off. And so doing what I said I was going to do, paying off my bills.
I guess I look at, I mean, there's a ton of news this year, you know, and
Well, not even touching the news.
Not even touching the news yet, but I mean, we've had so much change when I think about this year for us. We adopted a new daughter.
Man, she's a clinger.
Oh, man.
Oh, man, she'll hang on to my neck.
Lucy, when you get older. But just so much going on. Built a tree house. We've got videos on that, you know, working on that. We've enjoyed this process, I think, still of.
You're still settling in, though. Like,
yeah, I am.
You're trying to adjust to the size of your family, the size of your house, the size of your yard.
There's more chores than I feel like I can get done.
Every once in a while, you feel like you're just driving down the road and things go sideways. Take it away, Jerry.
Yeah. So just the other day, power steering unit in the car went out at 65 miles an hour, which, by the way, if your power steering goes out at 65 miles an hour, you have to grab very tightly to your wheel and pull with superhuman strength.
You got to put down your phone
to make sure that you don't die.
Yeah.
So I didn't die, and I didn't wreck my car, and I'm very grateful. And it's now at the dealership, and we'll
Just in case anyone's wondering, that's an excellent transition into...
Don't buy a Ford Fusion.
Okay. I wasn't saying that. But
I think Kias right now have like a 100,000 mile warranty.
It's amazing
Ford
how
Fusion
something... Okay, let's talk about that. A Kia is a... When I was growing up, it was a non-existent brand. And due to popular demand, due to people using something, it grows. So it's crazy to think that a company that can sell a car for like $13,000 can now be selling cars that are worth $25,000.
Yep.
They've just grown their base in a sense
and they've grown their quality.
To grow in quality to be an actually competitive brand. And honestly, I'd probably buy an Optima tomorrow if I could afford it. I think they're the original
nice cars.
Optimas with the four headlights. It was like a sweet design. It was an imitation of a Jaguar or something like that. Like, it's just a really nice car. And now I'd probably go all in on a Kia, but I'm stuck with the Jeep.
You never, I don't know that any of these are right or wrong decisions, but we've had a lot going on. There's been a lot of sideways shifts in life this year.
Focusing on the year,
yeah, and I would just say, like, so we shot a video last year about this time that said Trump 2016. We had to do it.
Yeah.
And we had to do it because it was the news. And this year has been
fires, hurricanes,
fire and brimstone in California and Oregon, earthquakes. We had hurricanes, Harvey and Maria. We've got Korea an imminent threat of nuclear war.
We've got tax reform.
We've got
healthcare reform in a sense because of the mandate. We got violence.
The net neutrality happened.
Net neutrality.
The
lack of.
I heard somebody say the other day, like everybody just died again. Like you would have thought from you would have thought from the predictions of you know, the media that
we
the
didn't
world
even think
was in.
Trump was going to win in a sense, like because of how many polls there were. It's nothing is set in stone. You're afraid of nothing. There is infinite possibilities every day, and the minute you hear about something, it's sensationalism. There is no dull stories anymore because nobody pays attention. If you look at CNN or Fox or any of these stories, it's they said this, we said that, this is what happened, this is what happened. None of it matters. The news that affects you and the way that policy affects you it's
pretty distant.
It's distant and it's subjective. If you can go to work tomorrow and your pay didn't decrease or increase, you don't probably care because the amount of tax you're going to pay, it all works out in the end. It all works out in the end. When people get a tax refund and they go and spend it and buy a brand new car and stuff, I say, you know what? That was your money to begin with. The fact that you spent it all in one shot,
It's your call.
It's your call, but you could have done it better.
I will be mad though if my internet service provider tells me in a month and a half or 2 months that I need to pay a separate bill, you know, because their service is already crap, and I need to pay a separate bill so I can get my streaming services to work better.
You signed up on a contract.
I did, and I have 3 months left because of a low price, and I had previously had good luck with. We've got CenturyLink. We've previously had good luck with CenturyLink, and we have had not good luck with CenturyLink, and it's been almost 2 years, and we haven't enjoyed the experience at all, and we're going to switch to something else because for where we are now, CenturyLink doesn't work very well.
But with that switch,
but we'll see what happens.
Your options are limited.
I did see Comcast has a unlimited or forever price or something that they call it now. We'll have to see what that is.
Sign up for that right now if it's available because it won't be there tomorrow due to net neutrality laws. I am not in agreement with the lack of net neutrality. I think that it's something that was invented primarily as a military source of communication.
The internet in general?
It should be because we now have access to this system. Should be free because we're using, Google has servers, Yahoo has servers, AOL, somehow they still exist, they have servers. Everyone has servers. Your computer is a server even if you don't know it because you've hit the agree, I accept this agreement, click yes, I want my internet now, click yes, go ahead, don't read that, click yes, now you've got internet, but you didn't know it, you're a server. We're all servers on our phones, on our TVs, whatever device, we're a server. The point is, the internet is everywhere and it's never going to go away. The problem is when somebody decides to click the AI on switch and it doesn't shut off when they click the off switch because things are going crazy and they're talking in their own language and things are going just haywire and they don't understand the problem. You're now a server. You input information, you accept information coming in. I don't know where I'm going with this. The fist is down. I would just say, as parts of the server, the mass server that we're all in, we are overreacting, and eventually that's going to create an overreaction. Mm-hmm. And that might be a riot, that might be, we need to take down the government, that might be, we need to take down, unfortunately, police because they're the first target of any government overrule type situation. Like people are killing cops.
So I will say this. I agree with the statement that this feels like it's been the year of overreaction. Like if I had to classify 2017, it's the year of overreaction. It's the year when everything that's said on the news is the end of the world. And certainly news has been sensational for a long time. If you don't know how it happened, watch The Legend of Ron Burgundy. Okay? But not if you object to the rating. But like, news is sensationalism, and I understand that, and it's done to sell advertising, and I understand that. But this year feels like, and I'm not talking about whether you agree or disagree with political positions or people. Every person this year is talking about the end of the world. It's the end of the world that Trump got elected. It's the end of the world that Hillary lost. It's the end of the world that Bernie Sanders wasn't elected. It's the end of the world that Bernie Sanders got screwed by the DNC. It's the end of the world that we're having hurricanes. It's the end of the world of Korea. It's the end of the world of net neutrality. It's the end of the world of tax reform. It's the end of the world because of hurricanes and earthquakes. It is the end of the world because of the flu. It is the end of the Zika virus happened this year. It is the end of the world.
And when you wake up tomorrow,
it won't be the end of the world.
It won't be, but it still will be in a sense.
But it still will be. You watch the news.
Perception.
And so I think that, to your point, that if we're always believing that it's the end of the world, there's going to be a reaction, and that reaction, at some point, is really bad. And
don't go nuclear, people.
I always try to see in these conversations what, for me, is the lesson that I can teach my kids. And my lesson for this year, for this episode, is it's not the end of the world. It's not. My kids right now freak out when their sister steals their doll. Ryan and I used to fight like dogs because somebody stole somebody's Legos.
We're not going to talk about the past. We're going to talk about the future.
Someone stole someone's Legos.
We're going to talk about how you can make a difference in your own life by using the facts to your advantage, by using what you know to be true to your advantage. Take your paycheck, save a little bit, and don't worry about whether or not gold or Bitcoin or the government will support you after the fact. Because it's not what kind of emergency food plan you've got, if you got a go bag or something like that. It's about what you're going to do if you need that situation. I'm not a prepper, never have been. And if this year told me anything, I should have been prepping a long time ago. If I'm listening to the right type of media, I should have been prepping for the last 6, 8, 12 months because things were going to end. But in reality, it's status quo.
And it would have been a waste of money.
It would have been a waste of money to prepare that hard.
So I would say this, and I know we need to close, but guys, it's a new year in just a couple of weeks. Love your life. All right, live your life. Encourage your kids to love and live their life.
Stop wasting time with you know who they are, the people that honestly aren't contributing.
And who freak out that everything is the end of the world. Because it's not. It'll be okay.
Be selfish.
Enjoy your year. Merry Christmas. That's my closing thought. What do you got?
You matter. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Bye, guys. Thanks
Bye.
for watching.